Installing Python. First of all, before installing Python, I would advise you to install some kind of artificial intelligence program. I took Gemini from Google, the first one I came across, and it suited me quite well. I think they all work well, and most likely are free in the basic configuration. And if you are learning foreign languages, it is simply irreplaceable. The only thing that is missing when learning languages is live communication. You can ask the artificial intelligence to communicate with you and correct you, in the language you are learning, let's say at level A1, and it will conduct a conversation within the limits of level A1. I do not know what kind of Windows or other operating systems you have installed, the installation may differ slightly. Again, if something does not work out, ask the artificial intelligence, it will explain in detail. If the code in Python does not work, copy and paste it into the assistant terminal. If it is inconvenient to copy or does not work, take a screenshot of the desktop with the PRTSC key and paste it into the assistant terminal. It scans pictures perfectly and corrects them. First of all, you need to check if you have any version of PAYTHON installed. To do this, go to the terminal and type Python version and enter. The terminal will show the version of Python, or will not show anything. In Windows, PowerShell is quite suitable. If you have Mac OS or Linux, then in the terminal, write Python 3 version and enter. I have Linux and Python was installed along with the operating system. Now open your favorite browser and install Gemini or any other artificial intelligence. For this you will only need Mail. Now in the browser search we write Python and go to the licensed site. Everything is free there. There you choose the version for your operating system and processor bit depth, preferably not the latest, but so that in maintenance status it says security. You can find out the bit depth in the system properties or from the assistant. That is, from artificial intelligence. It will explain in detail where to look for this in your operating system. It is either 32 or 64, if it says 86, it is the same as 32. At first you are unlikely to see the difference between Python versions. If you installed any, then everything is great. If in the version that you selected there are only 2 files and it looks like this, do not install anything. Look for a version where the page looks something like this, and it has download files. If there are no files, look for a version where they are. Again we go to the terminal and check if Python version and enter are installed correctly. It should show the version. Here you can try that everything works. We write Python and enter. Now you can write a simple command, for example print, hello, should output hello. Now let's close the terminal with the exit command. Finally you have to decide which assistant you want to install. The most popular and free ones are PyCharm, VS Code, Visual Studio Code, Jupyter Notebook, Anaconda Distribution, Sublime Text. In the following lessons I will work in VS Code. But you can work without an assistant directly in Python. In Windows you need to go to the folder where you installed Python and extract or copy the file called idle. It is advisable to put it on the desktop for convenience. In Linux after installing Python you need to install it through the terminal and you can also work. Create a document with the extension .py, Python files have exactly this extension, and drop it on the idle file, right on top. Now you can work. Now we go to the VS Code, Visual Studio Code, website and find it for our version of the operating system. We install and in the end it should look like this. And it's time to move on to practice.